महिलाओं का होगा, शोषित वर्ग, किसान वर्ग, महिला, नौजवान, किसान, उन सब के लिए हमारा रोड मैप है 5 साल हम लोग क्या करेंगे।
So on the campaign trail today with CNN News 18, we are joined by senior Congress leader, a prominent face of the Congress in Rajasthan, Mr. Sachin Pilot. Mr. Pilot, thank you for joining us on CNN News 18. And we are going to 4 rallies of Mr. Pilot today. He's on this marathon campaign today in Rajasthan. Sir, the first question obviously that in 2014 and 2019, the BJP won all the seats in Rajasthan. When you were in paar, you couldn't win any seat. When you were not in paar in 2013, you couldn't win any seat. Now you have again lost paar in the state in just 4 months back. What do you think makes that, do you think that will be different this time?
Look, I think a lot has changed in the last 10 years. One is that it is a continuous victory of the BJP in Rajasthan. People have now got tired because the expectations have not been fulfilled. Second, I feel last time the elections were held under very typical circumstances. We are a border state. There was a different sort of atmosphere at the point because of the action on the border.
The Barakot action.
Yes. So now I think 5 years have gone and 10 years of central government in Delhi. All major promises of price rise, of farmers' income getting doubled, and the performance of the local MPs also has been under a question mark. Even though we didn't form the government last year, December, when the elections were conducted, but the difference between the Congress and BJP was 1 or 2%. It wasn't that much. But now I feel that there is a air of a desire for change. People want to change. Our candidates are better. Our campaign is better. And I think the new government that has come into place last 4 months has not really left a mark on the people. Therefore, I'm confident that in majority of the seats, the Congress party will do well.
But when you say majority of the seats, okay, but Mr. Modi is speaking about 370 for BJP, up ki baar, 400 par. For the BJP, this seems an election which is done and dusted. What do you think of the country chances of the Congress?
I think there are two things. One is that there seems to be complacency. Second, I think there is also a bravado in their rhetoric of 300 par, 400 par. Because if the BJP was so confident of getting 300, 400 seats, why would they want to break the opposition, take Congress leaders and give them tickets to fight? Obviously, they sense that 10 years later, people's patience is running out. People have been patient for 10 years, but now time has come for them to ask questions, ask for transparency, ask for the issues that are important to the daily lives of the citizens and voters. It's not about contentious issues, emotional issues, even religious issues. Elections should be fought on people's issues, and Congress and the India Alliance is trying to bring the focus back on the elections, the centrality of which should be people, the young people, the future in next 5 years, what roadmaps we have, what plans we have. All this talk of 300 par, 400 par, and then Amrit Kal and 2047 mein ye hoga. I think 10-year report card should be up for debate, and people are asking the right questions now.
When you speak, interesting to speak about Balakot factor in 2019. Now we see statements from the Prime Minister. In fact, Mr. Rajnath Singh in an exclusive interview to CNN News 18 said that हम पाकिस्तान में घुस के मारेंगे. Terrorist अगर यहाँ terrorist act करेगा, हम पाकिस्तान में घुस के मारेंगे. There's a Guardian article which speaks about India eliminating close to 20 terrorists in Pakistan through covert operations.
Look, Aman, anything that India as a country does to safeguard its borders, to take action against anybody who is anti-national, whether within India or outside India, not just I, my party, entire country supports that action. That action is always in the interest of India as a country, our sovereignty, our integrity, our internal security. That's above elections, that's above party politics, that's above BJP and Congress.
I mean, you're supporting that the point that India is carrying out strikes in Pakistan against terrorists?
I am supporting the point that anything we do as a nation which involves our internal security, securing our borders. Also, if the government of India takes action on the China border, where there are always reports of incursions from the Chinese side, we will support that. In fact, we always demanded that our border should be secure. See, rhetoric, speeches, slogans is one thing during election time, but your performance, your actions while you've been in government, that's also very important. So there has to be a transparency in terms of what you do and what you say.
But they are saying this is performance. Na, हमने घर में घुस के मारा पाकिस्तान में.
So like I said, any action against terrorists, who will oppose that? Anyone who is against India, we will all oppose that organization or that thinking. There's no doubt in that. But I'm saying election time should be about farmers, jobs, price rise, unemployment, infrastructure. They promised to double the income of farmers of India. What has happened to that promise? we in the Congress have promised a legal guarantee for MSP. And I'm proud that the Congress party has taken this historic stand of creating a legal guarantee for MSP. The BJP made 3 farm laws which were against the interests of the farmers. लोग धरने पे बैठे रहे साल भर तक. So I think the thinking should be how we can develop this country, how we can take it forward. And you should be open for debate and discussion. The attitude now is that the Vipaksh ko khatam kar do. Finish Congress, finish opposition. That's not the right way to think. In a healthy democracy, the opposition is almost as important as the government. There has to be a fine balance. You have to give a level playing field. There is no level playing field. खातों को सीज कर देना, elected CMs को आप detain कर देना, while the code of conduct is in place. That is not a healthy sign for the future.
But that, Sachin, is also action against corruption that BJP says. If Kejriwal has gone to jail, Arvind Kejriwal is in jail, that is because of an excise scam in which the agencies are acting.
I am saying you investigate. If anybody found guilty, you must take action. But how is it that 95% of all the searches, notices, raids happen only to people in the opposition? And minute that person joins the ruling party, he or she becomes completely clean. And then to say law will take its own course. So people are able to see through this. I think it's not the right way to misuse central agencies to serve your political interests. That's something that's never happened before.
Interestingly, you spoke about the manifesto of the Congress party. You were also present when the manifesto was released. But in the last 2 days, I have seen the Prime Minister and rallies in Rajasthan and elsewhere saying that Ms. Manifesto seems inspired by the Muslim League. You are doing communal appeasement. You're promising things for the minorities. What would you say to that?
You tell me, when we are saying we will give legal guarantee for MSP, we will give 1 lakh rupees to every poor household in this country. We are saying 50% of jobs will go to women. We are saying laborers, farmers, young people, deprived sections, weaker sections, we will uplift. Where does religion come into it? The constitution is very clear. This country belongs to everybody. Every single citizen has equal rights. I think to see religion in everything that the opposition does is also, I think, a sense of insecurity, because that's the last stop. Mandir, masjid, Hindu, Muslim, religious connotations to everything. We should talk about infrastructure, development, growth, progress, welfare schemes, how we can better it. Now to give 80 crore people subsidized food and then say we'll be the 3rd largest economy in the world. But what is happening to our national debt? What is happening to our per capita income? What is happening to so many government-owned entities now, going bankrupt, and we are flogging off all our assets at throwaway prices? All these things are also harming the economy. The economic policy making is disturbing to me because the gap between the rich and the poor has grown so much. People who are rich have become extremely wealthy, and the middle classes, the lower income groups are falling behind.
I think the controversy over the manifesto has also started because I believe your manifesto says about ensuring the right to uphold personal laws of minorities, while the BJP is moving towards a uniform civil code. One state has already brought it.
I think whatever we do in this country should have an open, thorough debate. Everybody has a right to express their opinion. We should discuss in parliament, discuss in state assemblies, let's have a national discussion, and whatever the consensus comes around, we should do that. But to base your election purely on contentious issues, to polarize the thinking of the voters, I don't think that's healthy for our democracy.
Coming back to Rajasthan, Sachin, we don't see Mr. Ashok Gehlot contesting. We don't see you contesting. In other states, Mr. Digvijay Singh has taken the plunge. Bhupesh Baghel has taken the plunge. You are in charge of Chhattisgarh, in fact, also. Why are you not contesting the election? Why the CM, former CM, not contesting the election?
Everybody in the Congress is given specific tasks. Somebody is handling communication. Somebody is doing election campaigning. Some people are asked to contest. You're right. Mr. Bhupesh Baghel and Mr. Digvijay Singh, both are former chief ministers, are contesting because the party thought they're the best candidates to fight. Whatever responsibility I've been given, I'm discharging. I'm campaigning in Rajasthan today. Next phase, I'll be campaigning in Chhattisgarh. I'm going to Kashmir. I'm going to Maharashtra. So I'm campaigning for the party. Kisko kya karna hai, that's decided by the leadership and the AICC. But it's our collective responsibility. Haar jeet sabki hai. It's not one person fighting and losing or winning. It's the entire party. So in Rajasthan, there are 25 seats. I'm campaigning in all 25, and we want to give our best performance. So it's a collective effort. जीत भी सबकी होती है, हार भी सबकी होती है.
बट आप नहीं लड़ रहे हैं, गहलोत साहब नहीं लड़ रहे हैं, पर गहलोत साहब के बेटे वैभव गहलोत दूसरी बार लड़ रहे हैं. तो द एलिगेशन ऑफ परिवारवाद, that why Mr. Vaibhav Gehlot lost last time, this time Congress even changed his seat to Jalore from Jodhpur.
ये परिवारवाद का जो बात करते हैं, Mr. Gehlot's son fought last time. He was not successful. This time, amongst all the candidates, the Congress party decided after a survey, feedback, discussion with all leaders, including myself, we suggested that let's find the most winnable candidate. And that's Vaibhav. He's contesting from Jalore, and I'm sure he'll win this time. So it's about winnability. Now, when Vasundhara Raje's son is contesting for the 4th time, perhaps, that's not Parivarvad. Dumal Saab was ex-CM of Himachal. His son is a union minister. He's an MP. वो परिवारवाद नहीं है. So you can't be selective in your definition, right? If someone is a political active worker, he or she deserves to fight. Party gives a ticket. So I think people are wise enough to decide. And if you have to criticize, you be transparent and not selective in your criticism. But again, I said the election time should be the time for parties to put their minds together to see what is the best roadmap for the next 5 years. What are you presenting? The Congress party in India Alliance are saying, here is a better alternate governance model. We will protect the constitutional independence of bodies in this country. The process where the politics of using agencies to serve political purposes should be stopped. Brute force, the politics of aggression. There used to be a time where there used to be discussion in parliament. Today you suspend 147 MPs in a single day and then pass bills behind the back of that suspension. Again, we want to change that, the way the government is functioned. People will decide. Whatever people decide, we'll humbly accept that. But we are providing an alternate governance model, or alternate blueprint, what our vision is, and discussions in election should be focused on those things.
When you speak about India Alliance, you're saying you're putting up a united front. The Prime Minister from the stages is asking India Alliance के captain कहाँ हैं, Rahul Gandhi कहाँ हैं, Rahul Gandhi campaign क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं?
Let me ask you something. You call it India Alliance. You don't call it NDA Alliance. You call it NDA. So this pure words also, even someone like you should not be doing, no? Because this is the BJP rhetoric. And उनको नाम ही पसंद नहीं है. So they're doing.
We'll call it India from now on in this interview. Sorry for that. Please.
I'm just saying these are small things that that come up when we discuss. This is an election on issues. It is not a popularity contest. It's a parliamentary form. You're electing an MP. The largest party will decide who will lead the government when we form. And India Alliance में हम लोगों ने decide किया है who will get what position. We'll decide once we get the mandate by the people. BJP has a Prime Minister, they're fighting with him, fair enough. Let the people decide. But to say that there is no face, we have come together despite the differences, because the national requirement today is for a strong opposition. And India Alliance has come together despite one of our partners not coming through. We have 24 parties in alliance in Maharashtra, in Bihar, and other places. We are giving a formidable challenge. I can assure you on June 4th, we will get the required numbers to be able to form a government, the India Alliance government.
Well, that's a big statement, but it comes also at a time when the Prime Minister says Rai Bareilly, Amethi, आपकी दो सबसे बड़ी पुरानी गढ़ सीटें, उस पे अभी तक candidate announce नहीं है. Do you want Rahul and Priyanka to contest those two seats because Sonia ma'am is no longer contesting?
We have 7 phases of elections. As and when which phase election are we announcing our candidates. It is our prerogative, our decision, our strategy to decide who will fight and when we will declare who's going to contest. Let the BJP worry about its own candidates. Let's have a election which is on a level playing field that is open to everybody. Let every party campaign on issues. Let the discussion be healthy. Let us set an example for the younger generation about the things we say and what we do. No point in doing politics which inflames passions. We should do politics of policy making, of governance, of delivery, of talking about our 10 years of UPA, 10 years of NDA. Let's talk on numbers, let's talk on data. I think those are things that are important. By name calling, allegation, accusing Nehru and Rajiv Gandhi and Manmohan Singh, Narasimha Rao.
The Kachativu Island also become a big issue.
Sorry?
The Kachativu Island in Sri Lanka also become a big issue. PM said Indira Gandhi ne Kachativu de diya Sri Lanka.
Out one paper of one agreement. At that time, क्या situation थी? अभी India Bengal का agreement हुआ, where we exchanged some land parcels. In a bilateral foreign policy decision, some decisions are taken. But to pick up something 50 years ago and a portion of it and then try and politicize it during election, again, it tells you there's nothing to show. You should talk about what you've done, your performance, your delivery, and what have you done last 10 years, as opposed to try and create these media hypes on things that are 5 decades old.
Now in Rajasthan, Sachin, when you say that you will perform better this time, some people say Congress is aiming maybe at 9-10 seats, some people have told me. But to do that, you also need to learn from what happened, what went wrong maybe 4 months back. You said that introspection will be done. What are the results of the introspection? Why did you lose 4 months back in Rajasthan?
Actually, Aman, we have been losing every time, unfortunately. हम सरकार बनाते हैं, then we lose. 30 साल से ये हो रहा है. And I personally also tried my best to make sure that we do some course correction. And we did take some steps, to be honest with you. But I think now to look back, we got 70 seats, which is much higher than we have got in the last 25 years.
Up to 24, I think, once in.
21. We got 21 months out of 200, then 55 out of 200. This time out is a little better. But unfortunately, 18, 17 of our ministers lost. I think if we had given more new people chances, we may have performed better. But we're all wise in hindsight. I also feel that over-dependence on certain bureaucrats also created some problems in the organization. But we've tried to correct that. We've done some course correction. But the Lok Sabha elections, our candidates are better, our campaign is better, the response of the people is much better. Therefore, I feel we'll do exceedingly well in the Rajasthan elections.
So I was speaking to some people at your recent rally, which we were here right now, and some youth there, who are not Gujjar youth, I must tell you, because Gujjar youth always tend to speak for Mr. Pilot. But these youth say that maybe in 2023, if you had been projected as the chief ministerial face, the story may have been different for the Congress.
अब छोड़ो बात सब पुरानी हो गई है. There's no point talking about what could have happened. What is gone is gone. We have to look ahead, and the next challenge now is the Lok Sabha elections. So we are fighting a strong election here, and I told you the mood has changed. 2019 में जो था वो आज नहीं है, and in the first phase that goes to polls on 19, I think Congress is very well placed to win these elections.
Are you hopeful of more about your chances in this belt, the Shekhawati belt, North Rajasthan? Because I think South is more where BJP is far more confident about.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, but we did well in the assembly elections also. So the Shekhawati belt, the Jaipur rural belt, even Bikaner division, Udaipur division, we are strongly placed in a lot of the constituencies. But I think the first phase is important because that will set the tone for the next phases. And the fact that the leadership in the BJP is full throttle campaigning in Rajasthan. The Prime Minister himself has been campaigning almost every alternate day. It tells you that there is some nervousness in the ranks and file of the BJP.
Last question, Sachin, that, when we speak to some people here, and I remember one BJP leader, in fact, telling me when you were appointed in charge of Chhattisgarh after the election loss, so the leader told me that Sachin ko Deputy CM से हटा दिया, पार्टी चीफ से हटा दिया, कैंपेन कमेटी का चीफ भी अभी आपको नहीं बनाया गया, आप सिर्फ मेंबर हैं. तो are you sidelined in your party? This is an obvious question which everybody must be asking, but I am asking you because Mr. Gehlot has had his chances. He's been the CM multiple times, but maybe you are not getting that kind of a position or respect in your party, isn't it?
देखो, I am now General Secretary of the AICC with Mr. Kharge. I've got a responsibility for an important state. I'm campaigning hard for the party, and I think party has given me enough chances. I've been in center, I've been in the state, I've been minister, I've been party president. तो बहुत कुछ दिया है, and now also I've got an important responsibility. So I think that's wrong to say that the party has not given me enough chances. That's not true. But I continue to work hard, no matter what circumstances and no matter what job I'm entrusted with. I give it my best. I'm campaigning as hard as I can campaign to make sure our people win. Because candidate party का है, कोई एक किसी candidate होता नहीं है. And I think times have changed already. And the Congress party, I think if we do well in the heartland states, where there is a one-to-one contest with the BJP, that will be the game changer for the India Alliance also.
Can you convince Mr. Rahul Gandhi to shed his inhibition and actually take lead of the whole India Alliance? Maybe because some people say he's a bit reluctant to
Mr. Kharge is our elected president, and he leads the party. But Mr. Gandhi is also leading from the front. He's doing 2-3 rallies a day across the country, and it's a long election. He's done this Nyaya Yatra recently from Manipur to Maharashtra. He's done the other Yatra, 4,000 kilometers on foot. So he's doing the best he can. Priyanka ji is campaigning. Even Mrs. Gandhi was in Jaipur just 2 days ago. So all of us are putting our best foot forward, giving a united fight to the BJP. And I keep saying that the key lies in the heartland states where there is a bipolar contest between BJP and Congress. If we can better our performance there, that will change the entire dynamics and landscape of the next results.
Thank you. you. And that was Sachin Pilot, always very guarded with his words and always very forthright also on issues that he says are very dear to his heart. He is saying that the election should be fought on the issues of development, on the issues of unemployment, and not on the issues that the BJP is trying to rake up. Will that resonate with the electorate come the elections? Only time will tell, or the results on June the 4th.